You know, it's funny. Like, sometimes I think God allows us to have no support or little support. Or I think sometimes God allows us to really fall. Especially when we don't surrender everything and we are disobedient and allow, we're not putting him first, or maybe, we're falling into things we shouldn't. I really do think that God, out of his grace, just allows people to not be there, or he allows things that we're used to doing that work, like for me, entertaining people and having an audience. Like, he'll allow me to lose my voice where I can't go perform tonight, be very tired because of stuff I did, and then come on here and like barely anyone's on here, no matter how I feel, And I really do think that even if I'm talking to myself, that, maybe it's just part of growth and it's part of God's will to allow us to suffer, to allow us to be alone, to allow us to be rejected, to allow us to have nothing, so that we can dig deeper in him than we've ever dug before. And you know what? It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And even if it's not all good, I gotta believe the Bible. The Bible says it's all gonna work out for good. So you know what? Yeah, it's Friday night. I know a lot of people out, but man, only one person cares to click on my video, even though I'm honest enough to admit that I'm not feeling well. But then again, some people either don't care because they probably heard me sing this song and dance before and probably they're sick of hearing it, which is fine, even though I thought that we should have empathy towards humans, but it's fine. I've also snapped a lot and got angry, so a lot of people may not care, like, oh, well, screw you, you who got mad at all of us before, and you know what? And the other thing is that I get it. People have their own problems, their own life, their own stuff, and that's just the way it is. And you know what? It's also divine, I think. I think God really, sincerely just allows it to be this way, He allows people to spread lies about me. He allows people to say things that are false, say that I'm believing things that are false, say things about my comedy that are false, and have not really much to prove otherwise. And God allows it. He allows it all. He allows it all because he's really, really more interested in the development of our character, I guess. So, it's fine. It's fine. He allows us to be in desperate situations. Hopefully these desperate situations can help us to grow, to mature, and most of all, to be free in him. I guess some people would say, hey, just keep on trusting God. Keep on trusting. Keep on trusting. So that's what I'll do. I'll go to a Facebook Live with no viewers, feeling like crap. Can't really perform because I have no voice really to perform. I'm not well. Got no really friends to really hang out with per se. Don't got any money. And, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, life could be a lot worse. I mean, heck, I know that I didn't kill anybody, and my dad used to always say that. It's funny. My dad would always say, he had a lot of sayings. When I was Vinny A.O., it was part of my act. I won't go there. I don't care anymore. But one of his sayings that he used to always say was, I didn't kill anybody. I didn't kill anybody. Why am I going through this? And it's funny. I would always be like, well, Dad, no one said you did kill anyone. And it's funny. And now I understand what the poor guy meant. Why do we feel sometimes in life like we killed somebody, But then again, the Bible does say that we kill people with our words. That murder is not just that actually it starts with hate. So if I've got angry or if I've held offense, then in God's eyes I have. So this is where it gets really deep, because I watched a documentary last night and I couldn't sleep all night. It's another story where I'm tired today. I don't sleep at night anyway, as I said before, not anyone cares, but I'm just saying it again. Finally fell asleep at like 8, 9 this morning, 10 this morning, got like 4 hours, and I still feel like crap. But I saw a documentary about a jail, and yeah, these prisoners are going to be in jail. Most of them are interviewing for the rest of their lives, and they're segregated. And they just use their imagination. One guy was like saying how he uses his imagination to go to the forest, and and it's like you think, wow, you pray for them, you feel bad. What did they do to get there? And then you think, man, my life can't be that bad. I mean, I'm not in prison, but you know something? It's going to sound cliche, but man, sometimes I feel like I'm in a prison, man. Prison in my own mind, prison in where I live. I mean, sometimes you don't see people, or you see people and you just feel invisible. I feel like nothing you do is good enough. And so one party is like, man, I should be thankful I'm not in prison. Then another part of you feels like, man, I feel like I'm already in prison. It's a different type of prison, And then as you guys know, I've always sang this song and dance. I've done so much for the greater good of this city. Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've also poured my heart and soul to so many people. And yet I come on here and I'm feeling depressed, and I don't got one person watching me. I just got one person, bro. One person. There was just 4, which is nothing, and then 3 just left. And it's like, I'm not saying this out of pity. I'm just expressing my heart. And you know what? I really got to believe with all my heart, that God is in this. He allows people to hate me. He allows people to think to hate my guts. He allows people to not want to talk to me, because I think that God is more interested in probably making us warriors, making us tough. He wants to make us tough. So I get it. I get the hint. He's trying to make me tough. He wants me to be tough. He wants to work in character. I understand it. I get it. Even though it's extremely depressing, and even though, it's heartbreaking and you feel like crap, I understand. That makes sense. I understand. You go to church, and even at church, you don't feel like people really want you there. You feel like they kind of just humor you, but you still want to believe that things are going to work out. You still want to have faith, still want to keep on believing, and as I titled this video, I love performing. Oh, I don't know, maybe I got to make a web series or something. Maybe I got to make some short films, or trying to make the wacky jolly reality, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Go on vacation with no money. Go on vacation with no money, right? Go on vacation, bro. Go on vacation. Go on vacation. Where the hell am I going to go on vacation? You ask me that. Where am I going to go on vacation? I mean, I know you don't know me, so you're probably like, well, why not go on vacation? Thank you for the suggestion. The only vacation I could take is probably like that guy in the jail cell. The guy in the jail cell, he imagines going to a forest. That's probably the only frickin', excuse my language, I don't like cursing, even frickin's not good. That's the only vacation I could probably take, is a walk in my imagination. I can't get no vacation, okay? I can barely perform anymore. Not only have I been physically sick, but I've been emotionally not well. I'm trying so hard to get better, through Christ, of course. I'm going through this church course called Cleansing Streams, and I'm really praying it's going to work. But last night I went and I just didn't feel welcome there. Not because of it. Probably it's not their fault. Maybe it's in my own freaking head. I don't know. Can't sleep really. Anything I do good is almost like doesn't matter. Or if I make everybody laugh, I'm just an idiot. They're just laughing at me, or I don't get any credit for it. And then when I mess up, everyone's pointing the finger how I mess up. But look, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I don't deserve respect. I understand this world. I get the world system. I understand if you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you work hard every day, you wake up, you do a 9 to 5, people respect you. You're going to college, people respect you. You're somebody like me, you suffer, you try to bring people laughter, you try to be an actor, but you're struggling and you suffer, nobody respects you. You got no respect. And it's fine, because God loves me, and it's good, right? But, I guess I haven't been feeling that love lately. That's not because God is not real. It's because I guess I'm in my own just cycle of darkness and just loneliness, and and I've got to believe that God is doing something here. I've got to believe it. Again, I come on here, there's nobody watching. It's Friday night. I know that it's Friday night, but still there's nobody here. Meanwhile, I got almost 5,000 friends. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter how many people I've made laugh. Nobody cares. I know I've said that numerous times. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, because I probably have snapped out before. So that's it. Write me off. I'm crazy. I deserve to be alone. I deserve to suffer. I'm a horrible person. I've got mad before because in the face of evil, I didn't always forgive. But when I did forgive and when I did show mercy, you know, not that we do it to get credit, but I got no credit during those times. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know, I never got credit during those times. But as soon as you snap and I know it's wrong, boom, that's it. You're written off, you know. And everything you did good, it's forgotten about, you know. Meanwhile, you got so many people, they're a bunch of phonies. You know, I'm not trying to justify it, but they show the world how good they are. They smile, they do all these good things, but inside they're roaring wolves and they don't care about nobody but themselves. And it doesn't matter if you got a good heart and you love God and you love people. If you make a freaking mistake, that's it. You're written off. That's it. You're written off. You're written off. You know? It doesn't matter how much good you do or how much you try to love God and love people. You make a mistake, you get angry, you snap, you're sloppy, you're messy, whatever the frick it is, that's it. You're done. You're written off. Nobody wants to know you. Nobody wants to talk to you. And that's it. But, you know, like I said before, I guess God is doing something here. You know, God is up to something. God is really trying to do something, bro. Do something, you know. God is really trying to do something, not just with me, but with all of us. He allows us to be broken, I guess. He allows no viewers. He allows us to not make it, but yet he allows somebody that's 20 years old to make it big, and they never even performed a day in their life. And do they love God? Well, I don't know. But then again, that's God. That's not me. It's not me to figure out. You know, somebody else, they make it big as a teenager. They got a house, they got a family, they got a good acting career, they're doing all this stuff. Are they doing good with it? Maybe, maybe not. You know, but hey, look, that's life. That's God's life. That's God's will. You know, for me, instead, 21, I freaking performed every night in the comedy club. You guys know the story. You two people watching, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? And I perform every night, busted my ass, made people laugh. I made a huge connection with an actor. I didn't want to say his name. It's stupid anymore talking about. He wanted to help me, gave me his card. They wanted to come see another show. It looked like my dream was coming true. Boom. What happens? My father got to get beat up. But it's old. You guys know the story. And then my mind went mush. I met the wrong people, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, God came in my life later. And I'm sure, you know, he's doing something here. But, you know, but that's my story. That's my story. You know what I'm saying? That's my story. Other people, they got different stories. They got different problems, you know? I guess we got to be grateful for what we freaking have, you know? I'm alone. I got nothing. But, you know, hey, at least, you know, I still got a dad, right? At least I still got a mom, you know? So I guess, like, there's always a pro and con to everything in life, right? Even though I don't have the greatest relationship with my dad, and even though he thinks I'm a failure, he thinks I'm a bum, and we barely speak, and even though my mom doesn't think well of me, and her husband calls me a loser every day, hey, you know what? At least I have freaking parents, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't say it like that. That's really not a nice way to say it. No, at least I have parents. I should be thankful to God for that, you know? You know, everyone's story is different, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, you know, you look at a guy like Charlie Chaplin, you know, he was freaking known as a genius. He had all these movies, and Jerry Lewis, and it's like, you know, and me, it's like, you know, I just make people laugh for years, but I'm that street guy, you know, that's all. He just must be crazy. He's a fucking bum. Excuse my language, you know, and it's like you just go nowhere, you know, and you live in a basement and you're all alone. But, you know, that's the life, because it's pro and cons. I mean, who knows? Maybe they didn't give God any glory. Maybe they went to hell. I don't know. I mean, only God knows, you know. I mean, I guess you got to weigh out the pros and cons, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, man. I guess God's more concerned with our soul and our character than giving us everything we want and making everything, you know, peachy, blah, 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 whatever the word is, you know. It is what it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is, you know. Get forums started about you, people every day saying how delusional you are and how nothing you do is good and how whatever you think of yourself is false, and even though people laugh, it doesn't mean nothing, and they justify and rationalize everything they say, and yet everything I do is horrible, and how dare I defend myself and say that I've done good, and if I defend myself and say that I've made thousands of people laugh, then I'm a delusional person, or I'm a prideful person, or I think more to myself than what I am. Meanwhile, it's the truth, and I'm only saying it because I'm knocked down, and people put me down like a piece of shit, and I get tired of it, so I like to defend myself, which I probably shouldn't, but I guess every human being has a nature what you want to defend. You know, it's all good, man. You know, it's all good, you know. It's all good, man. It's all good, you know.